Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. What am I talking about? Well, I'm referencing what's been going on in Florida. There was a bill introduced a few weeks ago by Governor De Santis, a bill which prevented teachers from discussing gender and sexuality with kids from kindergarten to grade 3. Now, logically, a few years ago, even maybe a few minutes ago, that would have made sense and people would have said, yeah, no, I get it. Kids that age, they should be more focused on playing and learn, developing and coloring and doing all those sorts of things, having snack time, than worried about gender and sexuality. But apparently there's a group of people who don't agree with that. The Hollywood elites, Disney, and teachers. That's right. With all due respect to teachers, I know lots of teachers. I've dealt with teachers over the years, and there are some amazing teachers. But those teachers out there who believe that these are your kids, that they somehow belong to you, and that you have the right to impart your moral worldview, and that you have the right to share every single detail of your sex life with the kids that you teach, that's not your job. Your job is to teach the kids the basics: spelling, writing, reading, stuff that we send them to school for. It's up to the parents to teach their kids morality. That's the parents' job. They didn't recruit you to teach them morality. Now, you may feel that your worldview is more enlightened, that you somehow have a better handle on things, and that you're more refined, more cultured, more evolved. Fair enough, but those are opinions you have to keep to yourself. It seems really odd to me that if I was to work at a company and on Monday morning after the weekend, with all the co-workers, the first thing I wanted to share was my weekend sexuality, about what I did with my partner and all these things, that somehow I would feel that I had the right to do that and that everybody wanted to listen. But apparently in schools, that's the case. A lot of these teachers that I watched videos on, they felt that somehow now they were going to be stifled. They couldn't share their details, their intimate details of their partners and all of this with these young kids. I went to school. I don't remember my teacher sharing any intimate details with me. I didn't really care to hear them. I was there to get through the half an hour class or whatever I needed to, and then get out of it and learn something from it. So, teachers, that's your job. Your job is not to be moral arbiters and replace parents. And parents, you better wake up, because this is what's happening in school systems. It's not only in the US, it's happening in Canada. We have been too long, too silent, absent from sitting on school boards and not getting involved in the school system. I remember when my kids were young, I used to go to the library and read with the kids, and at least I knew what was going on. So if there's a way that you can get engaged so you know the types of books they're reading. We as parents cannot create a vacuum by stepping out and expecting that the school system will teach them all things. Because if we do, if you're not teaching your own kids morality and values, somebody else is, and these are the ones they're being taught, rightly or wrongly. Fair enough. And if you agree with that, wonderful. You should be at least having the right to teach your kids what you believe as a family, and not being poo-pooed for believing this, or undermined by teachers who would say that your thinking is antiquated, or it's old-fashioned, or it's archaic, or it's racist, or it's phobic of this and phobic of that. Because effectively, when you do that, when you have teachers who undermine parents, what they're doing is it's cancel culture. You're canceling parents. And once you cancel parents, the kids lose trust with the parents, and the household, the family unit breaks apart, which we know erodes society. So that's not a win in any way. So my encouragement to all of you who are parents is meet your teachers, talk to the principals in these schools. What are your kids being taught? Get active with the school board, see what the curriculum is, what are the books that they're being taught to read, and more importantly, engage your kids in conversation. One of the things I did regularly when my kids were young is they would come home from school. At the end of a day, we would eat together. We would unpack the day. Now, I know we're all busy. We've got lots of crazy schedules, but there is going to be no more greater resource in your life than your kids. They're it. They're the future, folks. And if we cannot invest the time into knowing what they're up to, what they're doing, we failed. That's it. And fortunately, somebody else is going to lay the programming in their minds. And I guarantee you, if it's not stuff that you agree with or you're at odds with, the system will win, because that relationship is greater than the relationship your kids have with you. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. I just wanted to share my viewpoints on this. I'd welcome your comments in the comment section. As always, you can follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account, and I will see you next time.